Welcome to Cardano Over Coffee with your hosts Hero Pool, Jenny from the Blockchain, Epoch Pool, Blockjock, and Lido Nation. Today's guest we have the Stank Ape Speakeasy. They have integrated their NFTs into their brewery that they have in the Philadelphia, PA area. Then we have Dada.io, which is 1,111 pieces of handmade NFTs on the Cardano blockchain with custom-made portraits and wearable art. Grab some coffee and let's jump right in with the Stank Apes.
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing? It's Seth. I'm one of the founders of the Stank Ape Speakeasy, rocking the Clay PFP right now, just because we were in Clay after dark last night, showing some love to those guys.
What's up, Seth? Thanks for joining us. So the
Good
first
morning.
thing after your Clay, right, is that it says coffee, bourbon, cigars. I would like to comment that it says coffee first, so I appreciate that.
Exactly. That's what got to start today.
How do you like your coffee?
Black.
Simple man like me sometimes. I mix it up. Sometimes I put a little sugar. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I put cream. Sometimes I don't. I don't know. I'm a strange cookie.
How do you express yourself with your coffee?
With espresso? Huh.
Yeah, if I'm drinking it black, stay the hell away from me.
And shout out to Clay's After Dark. That's fun space.
Mm-hmm. So, Seth, please tell me a little bit about how you got into crypto, and then tell me a little bit about how you got to Cardano specifically, and then tell me about what Stank Ape Speakeasy and why Stank Ape Speakeasy.
Yeah, sure. That's a great question. Everybody's like, "Oh, great, another goddamn ape project," but that isn't the case. Stank Ape isn't just an ape project. Really, it's a Sasquatch more than anything. But I can start from there because the local lore or the origination of the Stank Ape came back around 2019, 2018 on the suburbs of Philadelphia, where we have an in real life brewery that's integrated to this NFT project. Our head brewer Mike was dressing up as a like a Sasquatch running around town just to create folklore and urban legend because it was funny, and he would run into like the other breweries and bars and fire departments around the town and order a beer, chug a beer, and then run out. And people would be like, "What the hell was that?" type thing.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was funny. It was all in great humor and good good character and all that. But a lot of people were like, "Whatever." So it ended up making it onto Preston and Steve's radio talk show in the Philadelphia. And if you're from that area, I'm sure you've heard of Preston and Steve's. And they did an episode on what the hell is a North Wales stank ape. So when we brought it into the NFT space, me being the co-owner of this project and the brewery, I was like, hey guys, I kind of already got an idea for the NFT. It's an ape or a Sasquatch type thing, And Andy, our artist, was like, no, I'm not working with you because I'm not doing another ape project. So I had to explain to him the folklore behind it as to why, and then I eventually won him over because I'm like, look, this is it, because of everything we got going on with the brewery, and he's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So him and the other two founders, Chris and Tom, conceded, and they're like, yeah, okay, since it's not just like a Bored Ape knockoff, you actually had things before that. They decided to take on the Stank Ape role, so that's where that came from. Why Cardano? So, and mind my northeastern coal region accent, I don't pronounce anything correctly.
Listen, I don't know what yins are talking about over there with your water.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
So.
Exactly. So people are like, why the hell can't you talk? I go, dude, if you understood the public education system of the coal mines of Pennsylvania, you'd understand. But so I was completely new to the space, and I was looking for something to bring in marketing for the brewery, but yet also, like, I had my friends Chris and Tom that were huge into crypto. I think they started in ETH or Solana, they were like, hey man, you know, so I went to them as advisors, and they're like, no, let's do this. This is a great idea. There's nothing really integrating the two, Web3 and real life right now. And this is about in January, February, December timeframe of last year. So he goes, it would be a good segue to try to start onboarding new people into the space that have no idea what the space is. And they were bullish on Charles and everything he's got going on here in the ecosystem. So naturally, this is the only space I've ever been, and ecosystem like Cardano. I haven't done anything in ETH or Sol or anything like, or Matic. So I'm kind of just a purebred when it comes to this particular ecosystem, where those guys have experienced other cryptos and NFTs on those blockchains, but they told me this is the spot to be, and this is where we should start it, and everything needs to be here because this is the future. So,
well, shout out to them for bringing you into the ecosystem. So, can you tell me a little bit about what Stank Ape?
yeah,
Stank Ape. Yeah.
Yeah, so Stank Ape's a 5,000 collection NFT of obviously the Stank Ape. I think 40 has it down in the chat here. He's rocking one of them with the barf breath, and that the whole premise around it is one has a ton of utility. We just minted out. We sold out of our collection. Um, we have several phases to what we plan on doing. Now that the OG collection is minted out, we're looking at the next phase, which is the Hammered Apes. But it's the brewery integration. So each holder who owns a Stank Ape will get, obviously a discount on the beer that's produced at the brewery if they're ever up in the Pennsylvania region. We have a CBD seltzer that we ship nationally that's non-alcoholic that you also get a discount on by ordering that. We have partnered with Cardano Coffee Club, where you get a discount on there that brings it back to coffee. So you might need to get yourself a Stank Ape. So
we also work with them. So
awesome, yeah, they're great guys over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's where the initial holding of the Stank Ape, and we have an annual catered event at the brewery that will be your ticket to get in. Probably not as big as the Boss Cat's recent annual event in Thailand, but we're trying to find something for the East Coast so the people that are here can actually enjoy it and mingle. We are working with NFT Philly, which is a big crypto community in the Philly region, to host their events at the brewery, or at least one event a year for them at our brewery. So that's just some of the immediate utility that we had going on. We have a full written roadmap or a white paper that Tom, the other partner, wrote, and it's pretty in depth. Now that we minted out, we're going to go in and revise it and make sure everything is still in alignment to our goals and ambitions for it. And our latest endeavor is the NFT collab can. Let me see if I could get a tweet here to post up top. I do see. I think I saw C-Pop sneak into the audience, but he might have went away. I know he's having. I think he has his kids right now, so it's a little wild for him.
Yeah, and I also pinned to the top. Looks like maybe you guys are doing some type of giveaway or something.
Yeah, that's a Hulk giveaway for. I was doing that.
Well, I saw it, so I pinned it because it looked like the Stank Ape, so I wasn't quite sure. So I just threw it up there.
Nope, that's it. That was a good pin.
So, tell me a little bit about the brewery. How did that all come along? And then I was looking at it. You're actually not too far away from me. I live in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, so 5-6.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, a little out west there. So the brewery's in North Wales, Pennsylvania, which is a suburb of the greater Philadelphia area. We're literally, the train that takes you into the city goes right behind the brewery. So we're in a warehouse district. It's kind of cryptic how to get there because you have to go around another building, and we're on the back side where the train tracks are. So it kind of led to the theme of the speakeasy. And if you make it onto our website and everything else like that, our artist did a rendition of what the outside parking lot looks like, but more in a 1920s mobster gangster theme. And then if you make it into the speakeasy from the website, that first picture you see is actually what the brewery tap room looks like on the inside, pretty much as is without any major changes. So the brewery itself, we do over. It's McAllister Brewing Company, and we make anything on the beer. In fact, we just did a cider. We did a dry pear cider, but we for the holiday we added cranberries. We dosed it, so just something new. We never made a cider before, but it turned out phenomenal. We have an annual bourbon barrel aged pecan stout that's called Sir Fuzzy Pants, and it is phenomenal. It's 11.2% alcohol. We age it for an entire year in the bourbon barrels. We
Oh
have,
my God, that sounds amazing.
yeah, it
How
is.
can I get my hands on those? You have to get it like in person.
It is.
Most of those
Yeah,
good ones you have to get in person. So
yeah, exactly. We
I
also
would have died for one of those. I love that stuff.
we have a couple cases left from what I know. I'll be up there in Philly. I live in North Carolina right now. But
Ooh, me too.
oh
Haven't believed you, son,
You
Jackie.
don't say.
yeah, yep. So
Small world, right? I'm in Pennsylvania. You're in North Carolina. She's in North Carolina. Patrick's over there in North
It
Carolina.
sounds like we have the whole bootlegging operation going here for the
Yep.
speakeasy,
yeah,
Just
100%. Where you at? Are you in Raleigh area, Charlotte, Asheville?
Charlotte.
I'm in like between. I'm in Graham, around Burlington.
Okay.
That's in between Raleigh and Charlotte.
Yep.
In case y'all didn't know, this is the beginnings of a bootleg
Yep.
operation.
I was gonna say I got to go up there in February, so I'll be sure to bring a couple cases back. There's a couple of our holders are in North Carolina, and our artist is in North Carolina. He's down in Wilmington, so he always once I go up, I always have to bootleg a case back. Sooner or later, we're going to break through state lines at the brewery and really hit New Jersey, Maryland first for that tri-state area, Delaware, I guess. But as soon as we conquer those invisible walls by the government, we'll definitely start pushing it down.
But you need to bring it out west so that I'm going to drive 6 hours to get it.
Yeah. Actually, we're looking at how to mail it within Pennsylvania right now. Just started looking that up. We saw a neighboring brewery, not really neighboring, but there's a brewery in Westchester called Levante that does mailing services. So we're like, well, hey, it's definitely feasible and possible. So let's do this.
Well, there's definitely a way because you can get wine mailed to you. So there's definitely a way. But go ahead, Lido. You're here on Thursday. I'm confused.
Good morning. Yeah, I don't have a meeting today. My usual FI meeting that goes on forever. Anyways, so I get the lore and the story and the local folklore, and all that. But, going back to that comment you made about it's not just another Bored Ape clone. Why NFTs to do what you're trying to do, and why just 5,000?
Yeah, good question. So NFTs was different and unique, and we're always trying to reinvent ourselves and do something different. So we went into that space because it seemed like a good outlet and opportunity, especially after I sought counsel from Tom and Chris onto why come onto this platform. And it made they were my friends, and Tom was the best friend. I known him since we were like grade school kids, 5-6 years old. So I'm gonna listen to what they had to say, and I didn't really want to question it because I figured he would steer me in the right direction when it came to that type of um, education that I needed. That because I lacked there at the time, and that's why that 5,000. It was really originally a 7,500 collection, but we realized quickly that number is unrealistic given the time frame of when we were minting. A lot of the collections at the time we were minting, which was these past couple months, were a smaller collection, and we were just a very, when we put that number out there and we created it, it was back when the collections were 10,000 and 9,999 type thing. So we were actually coming in under what we thought was the average of what the collections were going to be, only to come to find out that once we finally minted, we were over. So we had to readjust for it. We didn't want to, but we sought. We asked a select group of our mega holders within our community, referred to as our inner council, and ran it by them to see if it made sense to bring it down a little, and they agreed on it, and so that's where we were at.
Cool, thanks.
Jarhead.
Yeah, hey, so I used to live damn close to North Wales, and yeah, they got a nice little scene going up there with breweries popping up. I'm curious about the distribution in the Philadelphia area. I live in like Valley Forge, KOP, so not terribly far away. And is there a way that I can get any of the McAllister Brewing, the beers, like anywhere, or their agreements with any of the local supermarkets or distributors?
Yeah. So we are in a bunch of restaurants, and I have a map on the website of all the locations that we're in. We did partner with a wholesaler, kind of a mid-sized wholesaler, out of Wilmelsdorf, but that's closer to Reading. Their territory is the eastern Pennsylvania, so wherever they find accounts and drop it into.
I got to cut Wilmelsdorf.
Yeah, I know we were delivering to King of Prussia for a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what location, Jarhead. I have to ask Mike, the head brewer. That was probably during the pandemic or right after. I'm not sure if they kept the account. We do a lot of the events that are in Center City, Philly, when they do the big beer gardens and that. I'm trying to think of the local restaurants. I know we're in Conshohocken, that area. He delivers down there to those smaller beer distributors. We are not in a Sheetz or a Wegmans or a Wawa at this time, but that is something we're working towards. And it a little bit had to do with the brand recognition and getting a bigger brand name. So as we keep building, that's where we're heading.
I'd love to see you in Sheetz, right? I can go right down the street and grab me some McAllister beer. That would be cool, right? So, I have friends that work there. One's a lawyer for Sheetz, and the other one's the head of education for Sheetz. So, let me know when you need a word put in. I'll I don't know that it'll do anything, but I'll reach out to them.
For sure.
So tell me again, just kind of tell me what the plan is now that you sold out of these 5,000 Stank Ape Sasquatches. I want to start calling them Sasquatches because now that you say it, they kind of do look more like a Sasquatch, right? I'm gonna get one for my mom because she watches a Sasquatch hunter show all the time and she laughs at it. So I'm gonna get her one and put it in her wallet. But tell me, what's your plan? What's moving forward? What's your next steps?
So the next step and what we're moving forward is our second phase of the collection, which would be the Hammered Apes. We did have talk about doing a merch mint because we had a lot of people requesting the hat and shirts and all that. We may hold that off until the Hammered Ape collection, but that would be it. Andy's already started some renditions of it. We're going to do something a little different than just a PFP, and we're looking at different art styles in order to do a little bit more than just your standardized PFP. Like obviously our OG collection was that, but Andy's a very out of the box creative guy, and he's like, I feel too restricted and repetitive doing another version or mutation of that PFP. So he wants to do something different. And as the lead in the art category of this project, we give them free reign. So it's like, hey man, go for it. We actually have our meeting tonight, and that's one of the topics we're going to discuss on what we're doing, how that art's going to look next, and go from there.
Now, why another NFT drop? What benefits are going to be for this? I mean, why would somebody who holds the OG, right? So they hold this OG Stank Ape,
Yep.
get a discount at your brewery, and then also they get the yearly party, right?
Yep.
Why would I want to mint another one?
So that's in the road or the white paper that Tom wrote, and it has to do with a bunch of our OG holders now will get airdropped this without minting for ADA. There will be some on secondary, but it'll be more of a pass, and it ties into what Tom envisioned as virtual breweries, which are kind of like an incubator for new projects or artists to come into the space and really try to bring in new people and educate them into this area. And we'll use the brewery and our beer cans as a catalyst. So when you get our beer can right now, it already has a picture of Baller Mike, one of our Stank Apes, the very first one we created, on it with a QR code that goes to our website. Well, we're going to switch out the website for that QR code to an educational pipeline, whether it be a YouTube video or something, as we create it, to onboarding people into the Cardano ecosystem while they have that beer in their hand. There's been 50,000 plus beers already distributed with the QR code and the ape on it in that area of the Philadelphia area. So it's just a marketing tool to bring more people to this space. And that's what we're looking for.
Cool. Blackjack, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I don't drink, but I know that there are some elaborate names for beers. I have quite a few friends, and we go to bars on occasion for food and things like that, and they're always rather unique. So to me, it always seemed like if you're going to do an NFT project, the type of beers I feel like, and the names of those beers could actually lead the project, and then in essence also create maybe within metadata a recipe for that particular brew, in order to kind of maybe encourage others to join because they are brewers as well, or they own breweries, and kind of almost create a co-op in essence surrounding that. I don't know, just something rambling around in my head right now.
Yeah, no, that's a great. I like that metadata idea with the recipes. I haven't thought of that, but we should probably incorporate that for the Hammered Apes, and I'll definitely take that note and bring it up to because that's not that hard of a change. But exactly to your point with the collabs or the co-ops with other breweries, if they were interested in getting into this space, this is how we would onboard them through, the virtual breweries and our second phases. Unfortunately, Tom isn't here because he's the brainchild behind how that would work. I'm just kind of the integrating piece between the brewery and the NFT, so I don't want to misrepresent the actual plan on incubating the different people into this space.
Right, it makes sense, and a thought just popped in my head surrounding, like, because you're talking about shipping brews and stuff like that. Instead, it's almost an affiliate program to where if there was a particular one that was just extraordinarily popular, because every brewery seems to have one that everybody loves to go and have for them, and it might be able to be to where you could have it brewed in a different state, and you don't require shipping over state lines and things of that nature, and you could profit share in that regard.
Yeah.
Blackjack's always throwing ideas at people, and then he expects them to just pick them up and run with them.
I was just going to say,
because
this idea has been...
I know for a fact I won't run with them at all. It just always enters my mind as to what might be something that could help people and the NFT project and selling brew at the same time.
I'm just messing with you.
It's a perfect example because we do collaborations. Like every year we do a veterans collaboration with a bunch of breweries in the Pennsylvania. Actually, you should know about it, Cardano. Over coffee.
Hero Pool.
Yeah. So, and then we do, I know we do a Pride brew for the the LGBTQ community in the Philadelphia area. We also go to a couple others, like we have collaborated with Crooked Eye and a handful of other breweries in our area. So to do cross state lines, and we probably just utilizing the same recipe that you mentioned in the metadata would make sense, because then they could brew it and we can brew it, even though we're not selling the same beer over state line, or it's like not crossing technically. We brewed
Right,
the same beer and
exactly.
we can
And you get the
distribute.
same quality, same taste, same everything, which
Yeah.
some people really like that. And maybe if they move to a different state, they miss that, from where they used to live. And, obviously that whole thing surrounding that.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen that happen with Yingling when I lived out in Kansas before Yingling made it west. I would always be bootlegging from Pennsylvania a pickup truck load of Yingling out west to Kansas every time I went home.
Everybody always wants me to bring them some Yingling if I'm traveling somewhere. It's
Hell
like,
yeah,
it's
good
really
man. Yingling was what got me through college, and I went to college in Pittsburgh. So good man.
So, Seth, anything you we're about out of time for you? Anything you just want to kind of review, go over? What are the follow up for people if they're interested in finding out more about brewery or the Stank Apes all together? Oh, Jarhead, you can go first, I guess, before we get his finish up. But we only got about 3 or 4 minutes, so please.
Okay, yeah, I'll make it quick. I was just on the website checking it out. Says the dogs are allowed in the John.
Yeah, we have outdoor seating. I wouldn't recommend it now, but outdoor seating when it gets warmer, the dogs are allowed out. We have dog bowls for water and everything else for them in there. If it's a service connected dog, you 100% can bring it anywhere you want. We don't restrict that. I don't know if you know Ada Dolphin. He brought his service connected dog to the brewery. He's another Twitter Space representative. So yeah, we're not
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I would like to. Me and a bunch of people. I see nudes down there, and I've talked with Hero about having some sort of kind of Eastern United States meetup, and this would be cool if we could work something out. Especially the Philadelphia people. There's quite a few of us in Cardano who live around here, so I'd love to have an event there. And I know the NFT Philly people too, so I can't wait till that event happens.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. We were like, God damn, there's enough people that just don't know. Like, in fact, the irony of one of them was, I don't know if you know Voodoo Chief over at NFT Seeker. He originated in Matic because he followed Andy's our artist's Mad Bones collection, and ended up living literally probably close to where you lived originally in North Wales. I think he was in Lansdale or Upper Gwinnett. And he was like, holy shit, dude, I didn't even know this existed, and it's in my backyard. And then like Andy brought him over, and when we did our mint party, we had we had a whole bunch of people show up, and we gave away canvases and merch mint and all that. And it was just a cool avenue to have, because we pretty much ran the brewery ourselves at that point with all the NFT Degans that are running around and everything else. That it was like, yeah, this is our space tonight.
Vapes zijn straks niet meer toegestaan. Ik zeg wel van Christmas, daar begin ik mee.
I think Annette unmuted herself on accident. I muted her. Go. Epoch, please.
Did you just say Degen?
Degen. Yeah, my nose, I have allergies and my nose is blocked. So.
Listen, he's from Pennsylvania. We talk different.
Oh man, I've spent plenty of my life in Pennsylvania. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing out on some slang, because Yins always like to spice it up for us.
So where I'm at,
it's Degen now.
It's use.
Yeah, it's use guys.
Epoch, you already said that
Use.
you're too old to get new jargon and adopt new jargon, so just stick to teaching.
There's a Philadelphia,
Jenny.
the Philadelphia-Pittsburgh fight, right? We use yins and they use guys.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Wow. Well, so my question is just, I'm curious how other breweries can get connected or involved. I'm part of the Brew Gentleman Beer Company out of Braddock. and I know that the founder is very interested in, this space that you guys seem to be pioneering in. So I don't know if there's an opportunity to connect, or something like that. But curious if you're interested in, those collabs and
Yeah.
speaking with other breweries in the area and how I can go about that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's link up. Just DM me here, and we'll get on a call and see how we could take it further.
I mean, I have a lot of breweries
Sounds
in my
good.
area too. I would love to see them adopt something like this.
Yeah, Jenny, but do your area has good water though?
Lido. What kind of
Apparently, Jackson, Missouri does not. So I wouldn't trust the breweries coming out of there.
Exactly. You don't
Oh.
just.
I got the mute Lido. I got the mute Lido. I'm so excited. Anyhow,
He's flooding my water, Hero. What the heck?
that's why I muted him, Jenny. That's why I
It's
muted
not
him.
like Jenny's from Detroit or anything. Jeez, come on.
Not funny. Not a funny situation, right? Drinking water.
It's not.
Very
Of course
important.
not.
But anyhow, Seth, anything you want to finish up with? Just any follow up for anybody?
Yeah, no, we literally just minute out a day or two before Christmas. We have the collab can coming out with the can design. As long as this space goes on a little longer, I'll post a tweet up here for you to check it out. So we're looking forward to the next phases of the overall project, and really want to get out there and into the space with like Epoch was suggesting, multiple collaborations with breweries, but other IRL businesses. We're looking at an ice cream business potentially, and a few others as well. So we got a lot of things moving, but we just want to keep it going forward and keep the momentum build going.
Oh, damn it! I have one more question. It's a quick one.
Sure.
Damn it, Jaria, can you send them a DM? I really gotta really be respectful of my other guest time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate.
Hold on, just real quick. Does each person have to have an NFT, or is like if me and my wife show up and I've got the the Stank Ape, does that count for the discount for both of us?
For the discount for both, yes. For the annual party, you'll need 2 Stank Apes to cover, because it's catered and all that. And we're actually looking at having the kid from Thirsty Dogs, because he's a chef, as a collaboration, come down and cater that for us. He's up in the New England states, so.
Awesome.
Yep.
Seth, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
When you guys have any updates or anything, any collabs, please stop by and give us an update. We love updates. So more than welcome back anytime. We will be putting this on YouTube later, so if you want to use that and reference it for anything, you're more than welcome to. But we are midway through the show. So that was our first guest, was Stank Ape Speakeasy. And then next we have Dada's. I'm probably saying that wrong. And we have the whole team here with us. But before we get to that, I think Lido wants to do the Lido Minute because he's here. So why not?
Why not? This is the Lido Minute on Cardano over coffee. Catalyst is not happening this week or next week, but the week after that. Catalyst is back, baby. Check it out. If you don't know what Catalyst is, my name is Darlington, your favorite code dreamer at LidoNation.com, where we provide blockchain education in plain English and key Swahili. Go to the site, hit the search, type in Catalyst, and you can learn all about how you can get funding to build cool stuff on Cardano. While you're out there, hit the delegators page, test your Cardano knowledge, and if you get the question correct, you can earn some ASCII or NFT Maker Pro tokens. And that's your Lido Minute.
Thank you, Lido. Jenny, I got to go do a thing. If you could take over. I know Ionette's here, and I see Chan, and I think Charles. I don't know if there's anyone else from the team that needs brought up.
Hello. Well, good luck with that, Hero. I'm here with Epoch until Epoch bails out. So welcome. I just realized that I was like, oh, Charles is here too. I didn't know that he was in the team. I'm excited to hear about this. How are you, Annette?
Hey, just really quick, I want to specify I'm not in the team, but I did just come on here to say hey. Good morning, everybody, and I'm excited to listen this morning. If you guys don't know me, my name's Charles, and I'm an artist. But yeah, I won't take your guys' shine. I just wanted to clear that up.
Oh, yeah, that hero said that, and I was like, wow.
He requested speaker kind of at the same time I did, so I just kind of assumed. And when you assume, you make an ass out of yourself. So there's that.
Oh, you don't need to assume anything to make an ass out of yourself, hero.
Thanks, Epoch.
We love you, Charles. I'm sorry for the mix-up.
Wait, so did you do the mid-roll, Jenny? Did I miss that?
No, that's you. I think that hero just wanted to go straight into the guest, but
Okay, then I'll do the 10-second version. Everyone,
go for it.
click the button in the bottom right with the bubble. Make sure you've liked and retweeted the space. If not, hero will come after you, and he will not save you when your house is on fire. Please share out the space. Also, if your ADA is sitting on an exchange, that's bad. You can lose it all, like Hero did on Celsius. So take your ADA off the exchange and put it in a wallet that's delegated to a pool, like Hero. You get to earn stuff like ADA and hotkeys and other things. And if you don't like Hero, then you can stake to someone much cooler, Epoch. And if you don't like Epoch, you can delegate to someone who actually helps people, Lido. So please take this guidance and go on with your day and be safe in Cardano. Thank you. And please share out the space.
I kind of like that version.
Yeah, that was so professional, so good.
That was a good one. And the way you broke it up, it was quite nice. Thank you.
With that being said, welcome the whole team of Dadas. How are you?
Hey, Jen. Everyone, hi. Hey. Can you hear us quite well? Because we're sitting in a cafe in the red light district. So maybe.
Well, now I want to know what's happening there.
Yeah, of course.
That's distracting, Annette.
A lot of tourists.
It's very noisy in the red light district. I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, how are you all? Happy to be back with Dadas. And we are here with Sean. Sean is co-founder. I am the co-founder. Sarah is our designer. Welcome, Sarah. She's now in Scotland.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome.
Hi. Sorry, just now I'm in Scotland and something is floating over here, so there's dripping water out of the ceiling. I'm sorry, Annette. Can you take it over?
Yes, of course.
Oh my god. Oh.
She said, "Oh my god." So the ceiling is leaking in Scotland. She said there were some crazy, sexy Scotsmen there with the skirts. I said to her, "Send them over." I'm still single. But yeah, okay. We're talking about Dadas, of course. Let me pin something up, if I may, Jenny.
Of course, yeah. Pin whatever you have there to share with us.
Cool.
I want to hear more about Dadas and your team and what's that project that you've been working on. Jared had said that you've been working on it for like months. So I would love to hear more.
So yeah, I will tell something about Dadas then. So we are building Dadas now for a lot of months, and we're working very hard with our amazing team. And we want to connect.
Yeah, so Dadas is basically a collage of existing art, so the grandmasters of art, and our models. So we have done a shooting in the beginning of this year. That was March, and we have taken the portraits of 11 models, which are 11 protagonists. There will be 1,111 Dadas. It's a PFP project, but we don't use a computer to generate data, to generate the layers, We all have made that handmade. So it's fine art, and in this way, we think it's unique on the Cardano blockchain.
So you have different models, and then they have they're all different, and you handmade them. How many do you have in the collection?
So yes, 11 models, and the rarity is like we have 2 models which are become very rare. So they will be there, only 9 of them. each model, and the less rare model have 300 artworks. Yes, so she's in 300 artworks. That's the one which is pinned up. So she will appear 300 times, and then 200, and less, till the very rare ones. And these are motion graphic, so they will move. And these are the most rare ones in the collection.
I'm sorry, I'm here like looking at it. I don't want to rug here. Oh, I'm not hosting. Okay, good. It makes me a little nervous when I walk out of the space and play around Twitter when I'm hosting because I typically rug. This is really cool. So, all right. So they're all different, right? So they're all unique
Yeah,
NFTs. Those 300 per model, they're all different, right?
yeah. So we have like 11 models, and they all different. So they are from different culture, different backgrounds, different ages, etc. So yeah, we want to show the real world, with the real people.
So they tell a story. Is there one under particular settings, or how does it work? I see they're very elaborate backgrounds too.
Yes, so we use, for every model has a different style of art in the background and around it. And we use different styles of art, like, for instance, the Jugendstil, the hyperrealism, the Impressionism, the beginning of the Expressionism, all before 1920, because we can only use art before 1922. It has to be 100 years old. It has to be captured by someone in a photo, and then we can use that one. Also, what we are seeing, the trend now is to use generative art, and in generative art they also using a lot of existing art. But what we do is we pay a tribute to these artists, but we make collages handmade. So we make different art of existing art, but in a way that we tribute still the artist. And because of the combination with the new, and that's these are representing by the models, and the old, we make something which is promising for the future. And promising for the future is, what I mean by that is, it's more than human. That's also our tagline, more than human. So we go behind the story of the surface. It's a way, it's like some sort of response of what is happening right now on Instagram, on Twitter, that people are showing themselves not the real people, but the fake people. That's what we believe. And within this data, we dive into history, into human beings, but also in the utility. We are having big plans to how do you say, to uplift, for instance, charity, because we have 11 charity Cardano projects. So 11% goes, we are not a charity project, but 11% of the proceeds go to charities, 11 Cardano projects. We haven't decided yet. So if you have an environmental project, for instance, or animal welfare project, you can always contact us. And these 11 charities are represented in the NFT. So this is quite new. So we have a symbol of every charity project, and the buyer of the data knows where the proceeds go to, because that's included in the NFT in a very unique way. I can't tell you yet.
But so you already have this charities picked, or I thought you were asking for suggestions.
No. We don't have picked it yet, because we want to have that in a democratic way done. And yeah, so that is open right now at this moment. So it was like an invitation to someone who is maybe in the room and knows interesting projects. But we like very much the environmental projects and the sustainability projects, because that's what we prefer, to make the world a little bit better. But And for instance, what we do also, and what is different from other projects, I think, is that we provide the utility upfront. So it's not, of course, within the roadmap, we will develop a lot of utility in the future. But when we begin with the launch, that will be in the beginning of April next year, we will have this utility already available. So no promises, which I know within listening, I did a lot of spaces where I talked to the founders of projects, and it's always difficult to promise things and then you have to fulfill them, the promises. But what we were thinking, like, oh no, it's better to partner up with uh, projects, with companies, so we have this utility already there with the official mint.
Got it. So this is a long project. Like I see you're taking your time and applying lessons learned from all your experiences in spaces and working with different projects. So I want to. So this is a mixed media, right? Is that right? That's what you were telling me. You had like collage and also, doing representations of existing art. And are you also you're using collage, right? But it looks
Yeah.
like it's different. It's mixed media as well,
Can you hear
right?
me?
Yes, I can hear you, Annette.
Moet jij iets zeggen? Oh.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Yeah, do you hear me?
I think
Sometimes the connection is maybe
I
bad.
I think Annette rugged, and maybe I was rugging. I don't know.
Oh, okay. You can hear me now, right?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. So yeah, we are using art from at least 100 years old, and we make it as new with the models, with visuals, with elements that are moving. So we make a whole new artwork with art from the past and with our own art and future. So that's the whole idea. So it's like a
Oh, okay. So you don't use there. You just basically kind of like a rep, like you're doing your own version
yeah.
inspired on old art.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, and
got it.
all the artworks are handmade and one of a kind. So it's all
You
unique.
have different people working on them,
Yes,
or
yes, we're working on them with 3 persons now. We have a videographer and a community manager as well. So yeah, we are very blessed with this amazing team together.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yes, you back.
Yes, you're back.
yes, you're back. You were
Yeah.
saying something when you dropped.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we're with a team of 5 persons. So that is included the brother of Sean. He's videographer, Wouter. He's not here at this moment. Of course, Sarah, we're very happy with Sarah because she started as an intern, but we see her now as a full member of the team. She has a lovely spirit and she's very talented. Motion graphic designer, it's more like a luxurious problem. We have now 4 motion graphic designers which want to be part of the team, so we will decide that in 2 weeks time. And then we have our new community manager from Discord, and his name is Arrow. He's 19 years old now, 20 years? 19 years old. 19 years old, and he's from Amsterdam. So we are happy with him. So our first whitelist action event starts today. And I wanted to tell something about that utility. I was talking about the utilities that we deliver before our mint even starts. And that's because we also partner up with companies. For instance, we have one partner, I can't mention the name yet, but we have a partner in the automotive industry, and our data will be projected on the vehicle. So this is very interesting. Another partner is a very well-known museum here in the Netherlands, which want to reach more of the younger public, and they approached us, and we sit in January, and they love the datas. So for our investors, our buyers, our fans, we can deliver a lot of value to what they invest in. So I think that's very important, especially for the long run, because of course we have looked at what we can do with virtual reality. There will be a Dada Saloon, so our VIP community is mentioned, like the Dada Salon as an example of how it was done in Paris in 1920. So that this is our VIP, and that gives a lot of benefits for our investors too. Yes.
I wouldn't be calling it an investor. I don't know how it works in Netherlands and other
Oh yeah,
places, but
we call
here
it
in the
investors. Sorry.
United States, like I would definitely don't call it investment because it's becomes
Yeah.
problematic, and no financial advice for anybody.
Yes.
So
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Of course, our buyers, and I love to say collectors because that is the right
mm,
expression. Are art collectors, and what I have noticed within being in the Cardano community for 1.5 year now, or maybe 2 years even. Patrick of Nmaker, which is our technical partner, introduced me, and what I noticed is that you have a whole new fan base, and you have a very short, how do you say, a short line between you and the collector, and that's definitely the most fun part of it. And yeah, it showed me a whole new perspective on how it works with NFTs.
great. And so you said that you're like in a, did you say whitelist? Is that what you said? I'm
Yes,
sorry because I was such a little noisy sometimes in the background. Okay, so you're in the whitelist phase and you're minting in April. Is that correct?
that's
So
correct.
what does
Yes.
people need to do to participate in your whitelist if they're interested?
They have to go to the Discord because there you have more information about the whitelists, and I have it here, so I will pin it up. This is the whitelist event. So we have two ways to come on the whitelist at this moment, but we will invent more events, of course. But now we chose for the server boosting. There will be every month a top 3 until the mint, so that will be 3 months. So every top 3 server boosters will get a place on the whitelist, and the other is the level ranking. So the top 3 of most inactive people on the server of Discord will be on the whitelist too.
And when you have like, you're asking for people to be active, do you have activities going on Discord for people to be active there?
Yes, plenty, but not in a way like we don't want to do the rifle actions and after the mint, of course, the floor swiping and all these things, because we are aware that our art is quite unique from other. Yeah, how you say, in value, in value it's unique because it's way more. The mint price is higher than average, so that will demand a different approach. So it will be more like content related campaigns. So maybe design events. And that also is related to the giveaways. So it will be more like we challenge the users on our server more to design stuff.
Oh, like design for the actual collection or just fan art?
A lot of things.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good. And are you still doing meetups in Amsterdam? Like
Well,
getting together with,
yeah,
blockchain and all that?
we were on the Cardano Summit Amsterdam. We presented data for the first time, and that was really cool because Amsterdam is quite vivid scene when it's concerning Cardano. We noticed. Well, there were 100 people, but still, for us, it was like a test. How was it received? And people thought we were very ambitious, and they laughed and they applauded, and they came to us during the break. We even have a partner now because of that, and that's quite interesting company which is on Cardano blockchain and doing a lot of stuff for Africa. So they asked us to do something for their project, uh, and well, you mean more like what we did with the pop-up galleries?
No, like I remember that you were just trying to get Cardano more like into your local area. And just now that you have this project, it seems like you're trying to target, more art collectors. So I was wondering if you were doing anything in real life besides like, here for us degens to bring to collect NFTs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's more that we want to make Cardano more visible in the public space. So we are more looking for partners, like, for instance, digital advertising partners. Now we approached an agency which has this digital displays here on the streets and in the central station, and we have a company in London. So we want to make people happy with the art, and it's less. We don't have time now for, I think, the meetups you were mentioning, like more local and more like instructive and educational. For us, there's no time at this moment, but that could be in the future, because of course it's very important.
What
But
about
we,
museums? Like you usually like to work with museums. So
yes,
have you thought about like doing an exhibition of your collection?
yes, what I told earlier, like, I think 10 minutes ago, was like there is a museum which approached us, and it's
I
one of
wasn't
the,
sure. That's what you said. Okay. So
oh
it was a
yeah,
museum.
it's
Okay.
it's one of the bigger musea of the Netherlands, and
Okay.
and,
That's
and
interesting.
they are really interested in the Dadas, yes, for their own collection.
Oh, for their own. Okay. Okay. That's what I was. Okay. That was my confusion, I guess. Cool. That's great, Annette. If anybody has any questions, definitely come up before we give it the next couple minutes of closing up and just wrap it up and tell us what we need to know because there's a lot to unpack here.
We
So just make sure that you come back and give us an update since the mint is not until
we have
April.
also
Um,
one thing was maybe very important as well. So we have also the opportunity that people can make their own data. So we can make their data like with their favorite artworks and stuff like that. So that's also possible, like a custom made art piece. And the same thing we're doing also
how do
with the
you apply to that?
Hmm? No, people.
How do
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
How
It's
do
on
you
it's on the website. It's on the website, so you can see how we're doing that and yeah, what suits for everybody for the best. So that's also not possible to do. And we're also doing creating an old fashion line as well, and we can also do custom made fashion with your data on, for example, a jacket or kimono or some stuff like that. So that's also what we're doing. Yeah.
And what I can say about that, because I know Shan is very how you say, well, she doesn't talk about her successes in the past. And I have to say, she has wearable art. She's an art photographer, so she has made wearable art already. And the bigger celebs in the world, like for instance Chris Brown and Lady Gaga, are already wearing her clothing. So this is what we aim also with the Dadas. We want to bring in more celebs into the Cardano community with the Dadas.
Nice. So are you going to be doing rounds of spaces? Like I haven't seen you much doing spaces. I'm sure that now you're going to be back doing rounds, or you're going to have this new person handling that part.
No, I will do it myself. I love to talk about art. And of course, we didn't go very deep into the art, but if I start and Jarhead knows, then we go very deep, and of course, there will be a lot of spaces where we go deeper into the art, which we have used.
I think you should, because the art is very intriguing, and like, you might want to open that up a little more with more time. Since there's only 25 minutes here, it's like you have to kind of go through so much, but I think that art isn't, it's something to talk about for longer. So let us know when you have that space, for sure, when you schedule
Cool.
them, and come over. Don't be a stranger. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I will,
Just
I
stop
will, I
by.
will. Yes, I know I was gone for a long time, but yeah, that's also due to the we have blood, sweat, and tears in this project, and we really believed in the project, and yeah, we're so busy with it. It's like 24/7, and that's why I'm less here in the spaces. But I love to talk about datas and art in general.
Yes, and the reason why I say that is like, like you work so hard and you go in your cave and you work, and then you come out to present it and you don't even know where to start because there's so much to unpack, right? So it's great that you're coming out now and starting to talk about it so that people can now get so many questions, right? Then they can come out, and then you end up putting more of what you've been working out there for people to connect with your work. And I think that's important.
And Jenny, uh, one of the people on stage has the first data, has the giveaway, the gold.
Well, Epoch is going to say something.
Did y'all cover what charity is getting this 11%?
I think it's just like they don't have them yet. They're
No,
gonna
no,
ask the
no.
community.
We want help. We want definitely we want help for that one. We want to have advice. We want to have help. We want to uh, cure that on a democratic way. And there are 11 charity causes we want. So it's a way of listing things and choosing, and maybe people will represent themselves towards us.
So what's the next step? I guess it sounds like you have 11 charities identified. Are you gonna like tweet out those 11 and then we vote on it, or
Yeah, maybe
how do we
that's
simplify this
yes.
process?
That's a good question. Maybe that's a good thing. Like people can recommend charities, and then we put it on a list, and then people can vote on it. Something like that would be very cool
Yeah,
if
I think
we
that
get.
part is important because like with all the charity, well, you're familiar with how that tricky that can
I
get, right?
know,
So
we
that's
know.
an important part of it, like to figure out exactly what the process is going to be for that, and how everything from how it's going to be picked to how the money's going to be handled. Because there's some charities that take ADA directly where you don't have to do anything. You can put it all in a smart contract. Maybe you can find charities that do that, identify charities that you can just streamline the whole process so you don't have to pay taxes on it, and it just goes directly to the beneficiary. And that kind of stuff, I think it's important. Now that Epoch brings it up.
Epoch, if you can help me with this, would be great.
Oh, I mean, my advice would be to have your team first come up with a set of charities that they like, and then put it out there for some additional spots to be filled by community members. Probably just a Twitter thread can get it done. But I don't know. I'm the brutal capitalist of this bunch, so like me spearheading the charity selection is like, I don't know. Think of the funniest analogy possible, but like it shouldn't be me.
That's so funny you say that, because I thought about it the same way. I'm like laughing. I'm like, Epoch leading the charity operations? No, I don't see that happening. I love it, but he has amazing ideas.
I,
But
I
no,
still
he's not gonna
love
work
Yeah.
the
on
concept.
that.
It's still great.
Yeah.
I think Hero knows a lot about this, but I think it's always better if the team itself is driving the conversation, and then the community can kind of fill in, and then you can just vote, in an easy way. Because as long as it's clear, I don't think most people no one's going to nitpick and say like, "Oh, you picked the wrong charity." I think it needs to be selected in advance, and
I
that
think
way,
so too.
it's just
and listen to what is important for people to want to know, right? Just stay transparent for all the whole process,
Yeah, that's why we also choose now specifically for Cardano projects. We did, of course, the homeless event on Twitter Space last year, and some stuff went wrong, and fortunately it went back good again, but it was very difficult. So we're very careful with that one.
So, are we going to get Chris Brown on the Twitter Space? Because that's a huge takeaway here, is that one of your folks knows Chris Brown and Lady Gaga. So I wanna make that happen.
Oh, yeah. Chan made she's an amazing fashion designer too. She's made some cool bomber jacket I've seen too.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jenny. So yeah, that will be very nice, but it's very difficult to get celebs from that level to this kind of stuff. But yeah, we will do our best, and we will do everything we can. So
I like bomber jackets. I think that sounds great. We need a Cardano over coffee bomber jacket. Maybe
oh my god, we do.
It would be sick.
Do. Oh my god, we do. That would be so sick.
That would be so cool. Sure. That would be so cool, and also of course we think ahead, and we want our own Dada skins in the metaverse in the future. So then you can walk with your avatar in a bomber jacket.
Yeah, if you can pin up that bomber jacket now that we mention it so many times, it's like
it's a PFP. I would say I don't know how you put a bomber jacket on a black hole, but I would be curious to see it.
Oh my god, I love it. Yes, I'll put that bomber jacket around that hole. That sounded really wrong.
Jenny,
what are we
you want to
talking
do
about
around
now?
my hole,
We've gone in a
completely fine.
direction.
Hole, not plural. Hole. Sorry.
I think there was a question.
Yes, the gold rush. Come on. I'm sorry. We're like here already, like bantering already because we've been past the time. So we're like entering into banter territory now, girls. So what's up, gold rush?
I wanted to step up and thank Annette and the team since I will be the first holder of this project. That's pretty cool. I want to thank the universe and the Academy, but also I wanted to put in a charity suggestion. Have you looked into climate neutral Cardano? It's a group of stake pool operators that are working toward green initiatives. So that's something to look into. Just since I'm the first holder, I figured I would make the first suggestion. Thank you. I'm sorry, I got to get back to work.
Thank you.
Because you have 100% of the voting power, so you get to pick.
Thank you so much, Gold, and you're a very good ambassador already because Gold is retweeting every stuff we make. So very cool and a good suggestion.
Well, I guess no questions. So any last call to action? Just put it out there, and then we'll move into our last 20 minutes of banter. Thanks for coming too. This has been great hearing from you.
Thank you, Jenny and Cardano, everyone. Cardano Coffee, sorry, host Cardano Coffee host, sorry, and Jar. Why didn't you didn't you ask questions? I'm surprised. He's my mate, Jar is my buddy.
Yeah, sorry. I'm kind of caught up in some work stuff right now. I was listening though.
I know. Well, we do a space together soon. But yeah, I want to say go to the Discord server and help us build our community. And I think you will be very happy with the way it will be going from now till the official mint, which is in April. And otherwise, go and have a look on the website, follow us everywhere, and very happy to be here.